Yay, ray, 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 ya, ra, ray. Yay, ray, ray. Yay, ray, 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 ra, ra, ray, ray, ya, ra, ray. Yay, ray, ray, ya, ra, 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 ray, ray. Yay, ray, 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 ya, ra, ray. Yay, ray, ray, ya, ra, 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 ray, ray. Yay, ray, 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 ya, ra, ray. Yay, ray, ya, ra, 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 ray, 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 yay, ra, ra, ray, ray. Yay, ray, ray, ray. Yay, ray, ray, ray. Yay, ra, ra, ray, ray, ya, ra, ray. Yay, ray, ya, ra, 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 ray.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is, I don't know why this week it feels like another whole, it's not just that a week has gone by, but perhaps it's because Cantor Norman and I have spent so much time this week preparing for High Holy Days, and the thought that we have gone from Pesach to Shavuot, and now we are staring down, and don't worry, thank goodness it's a couple of months away, that I feel the absence of your presence in our sanctuary, but you are not alone. We are not alone. We are together. Shabbat brings us together. At the risk of not getting everybody, I say Shabbat Shalom to Dixie, to Murphy, Toby and Dee Dee. It's nice to see you on. Darren, our president, nice to have you on for services. Barbara and Helene, Mark and Sandy, Joe, Bonnie, the Leopolds, Karen, I don't know whether Norman's with you, but it's nice to have you. Renee, Maxine, you are not alone. We are delighted that you are with us. John and Margie, just so good. Audrey, I miss your face here in the sanctuary. So you are not alone. You are with us, and thank you for saying Shabbat Shalom so that we know that you are with us. I want to just do a quick little announcement because I'm afraid that I'm going to forget it at the end. Hopefully all of you, at least Temple Sinai congregants, got our email this afternoon, and maybe perhaps you saw our video talking about High Holy Day services, and even more important, that you went to our High Holy Day survey. Here's our problem, here's my problem, is that the first 11 of you, if you clicked on as soon as you got it, we realized we didn't ask for your name. So if you happen to have responded to the email or responded to the survey and you were one of the ones who didn't put your name on it, I'd appreciate hearing from you, and then maybe we can connect you with your wonderful thoughts that you shared with us. We fixed it for the future, but if you were able to help us, great. Cheryl, the Malfees are here. Oh, Carol and Gary, nice to see you. The Oppenheimers, thank you. You guys were first up. Heather and Marty, thank you. So we're just glad you're all here, not virtually, but just digitally. We're going to begin our service with welcoming the angels of peace that accompany us on our way into our home and on our way through Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Yasharet, Malachei Melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Boachem B'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Aruni L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Aruni Melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zetchem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
God, we offer you thanks for this Shabbat, which unites us not in space, but in faith and hope. For Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living. For Shabbat memories, glowing even in the darkness. For Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love. We offer you thanks and blessing.
Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Shir Adonai. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God all the earth and your song. I will sing unto God and you song. Sing unto God and we all sing along. All the earth and your song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Shir chadash. Shir chadash. Lechadom dinikrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadom dinikrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadoti nikrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadoti nikrat kala
וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתחילה.
אחד אותי נקרא כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. אחד אותי נקרא כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, בראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה ומחשבה תחילה. לך דודי נקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי נקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
התעוררי, רדי, תבעורי, קומי אורי, 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 שיר גברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך
לך דודי נקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי נקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
We rise, we turn to the door, we welcome the Shabbat bride.
בואי בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חנה, בואי כלה, לך דודי נקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי נקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Just a reminder that we are welcoming your participation. If you would like to join us in the stream, help us with taking a bit of part in services, lighting candles, doing an aliyah, reading a section. We'd love to have you join together for lighting Shabbat candles.
Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the light of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? La 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 la.
Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Le'olam Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from another. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
Baruch atah Adonai, Amari Barabi. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha, v'dibartam baham, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'aderech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kashartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, u'chatavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'vishadecha leman tiskeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, Time and again, we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then we will rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו
The people of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, observing the Sabbath in every generation as a covenant for all time. It is a sign forever between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days the eternal God made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from labor and rested.
Hola. השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת, שבת וינפש.
Join together for tefillah.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, אלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור עולם אדוני, וחיה כל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיי בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, תומך נופים ברופא חורים, ומרתיע אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש בשמך הקדוש, וקדושים בכל יום ילוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
In these hours of rest and renewal, open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Praise be Adonai for Shabbat and its holiness.
ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, We look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion.
Baruch atah Adonai, המחצית שכינתו לציון, מודים אנחנו לך.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks.
ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך, ולחני להודות. שלום ברכה על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום ברכה על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. כי אתה מלך אדום לכל השלום. כי אתה מלך אדום לכל השלום. שלום ברכה על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום ברכה על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Before we take a moment to silently pray the prayers of our hearts, think about those around us who are in need of blessing of healing, healing of the body, healing of the spirit. In this Shabbat, we are thinking about Audrey Aronchik, Deanna Aronchik, Baruch Ben Sion Ben Bracha Chaya, Sam Brenner, Elliot Citron, Yaakov Ben David, Helen Fagan, Marion Gordon, Dennis Greenwald, Deborah Hartman, Luis Hernandez, Peter Herrera, Susan Jones, Sylvester, Dr. Benjamin Lechner, Jack Lieb, Judy Levy, Leah Bat Margalit, Shammai Ben Michael, Miriam Bat Meir, Robert Parker, Ingrid Roskin, Janice Snyder, Lillian Stein, Kevin Webb, Iris Weingarten, Sid Wiesel, Yair Ben Yaakov, Dov Ben Yonah, Mimi Shermans. Mishaberach Avatenu Avraham Yitzhak VeYaakov VeImotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel V'Leah Hu Yivarech VeYirapeh Et HaCholim Kodesh Baruch Hu Yamalei Rachamim Alehem L'Hach Leimam L'Rapotam L'Hach Zikam L'Hach Yotam V'Shlach B'Mhira Refuah Shlema Refuat HaNefesh, healing of the soul, Refuat HaGuf, healing of the body, Tok Shar Chol Yisrael Ashtab Agalav Izman Kariv and Omar, we say, Amen. Take a moment for silent personal prayer. Right about now, when so many of us are wishing that we could be enjoying some summer travel, we read the second of this week's double Torah portion, Parshat Maseh. Parshat Maseh, the portion of journeys, literally covers a lot of ground. It begins with the recounting of the Israelites' travels from slavery in Egypt all the way into the borders of Israel. Yet, within this retelling of the Israelites' trek comes a very different kind of journey. The path of the manslayer into exile. An entire chapter of the Parsha addresses the process by which an unintentional murderer is sent out of the community for his own protection. A person convicted of accidentally taking a life is sent to one of 6 cities of refuge. He lives there, guarded from his victims' avenging relatives, until the natural death of the high priest. If an exiled murderer wants to return home, his only recourse is to pray for the high priest's death. So it's no surprise that the Mishnah, therefore, tells us that there is a connection between the exiled manslayers and the mother of the high priest. Therefore, the mothers of the high priest would supply the unintentional murderers with food and clothing in order that they won't pray that their sons would die. The image of the high priest's mother distributing food and clothing to exiled murderers is unexpected and actually incomplete. The text doesn't fully capture the enormity of her project. Think about the logistics. One woman providing basic necessities for exiled murderers in 6 different cities around the country. Did she have helpers? It seems that the high priest's mother was running the equivalent of a biblical relief organization. The Mishnah presents the mother's role in kind of a self-serving manner. She cares for the exiles because she knows it's necessary for the safety of her son. Yet I'm curious if the high priest's mother could have had perhaps another motivation for dedicating her life of social prestige and privilege to those forced to flee from their homes. The story is reminiscent of one we've heard before. When baby Moses was endangered by Pharaoh's decree to kill all the firstborn Israelite boys, it's the Egyptian princess, the daughter of Pharaoh, who sheltered and nurtured him. Both the mother of the high priest and the daughter of Pharaoh were women of status who protected the lives of the vulnerable. In the case of baby Moses, the Israelites were targets of direct oppression. They were taught that their lives were disposable in Egyptian society. In the case of the accidental murderers, the exiled are products of an imperfect legal system. The only means to protect their safety was exclusion. Pharaoh's daughter and the mother of the high priest challenged these political and social indignities, preventing the vulnerable from feeling like society's refuse. These women had something to teach us. Around the world, millions of people are taught, purposefully or implicitly, by violence or by poverty, by being denied access to education, health care, and fair labor, that they are disposable. Pharaoh's daughter's actions towards baby Moses was in contradiction to the harsh and violent oppression of Egypt toward the Israelites. Through her aid, the mother of the high priest brought dignity to the exiled, and recognized the injustice of the social system that enforced his exclusion. This week, the Israelites recount their passage from a place of slavery to a land of promise. Embedded inside is another narrative, the story of a woman embodying care and responsibility for the banished. She models for us the true journey of our people, creating a sustainable freedom with dignity for all. We're going to open our ark as we rise before Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וקור עלינו ככל עמונה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
We turn our thoughts to those who are no longer with us. Remember Natalie Rieger and Marilyn Newwald, both who have died over the past 30 days, for whom we are observing Shloshim. We remember these whose yortzites, the anniversary of their passing, we commemorate this Shabbat. Benjamin Agranoff, Sylvia Agranoff, Benjamin Blattman, Benjamin Breakstone, Dr. Benjamin Center, Cecile E. Cohen, Melba Cohen, Gloria Cohen, Ali A. Cohen, David Dorn, Harry Dortis, Estelle Drexler, Adele Dublin, I. David Franklin, Joseph Freeman, Jacob Glickman, Robert Grand, Henry R. Grossman, Philip C. Hayden, Pauline Jacobowitz, Rose Katzker, Wolf Kirschner, Joshua Klein, Harry Corman, Rita Lenque, Harold Less, Bertram Lewis, Arlene Mandel, Rose Joseph Newman, Ruth Press, Iris Ross, Gussie Rubin, Seal Schwab, Ben Schuster, Rose Spanier, Jan Moshe Spitzer, Samuel Sternhell, Fred Wertheimer, Martin Wiesel, Max Wolf, Ellen Zarin. Join together for Kaddish Mourners Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chaye echon v'yomei echon v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'galav v'zman kariv v'yimru, and Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei omaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah, Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabbah min shemaya, chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, uyaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved. As together we say, Amen. I want to wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom, say a special thank you to Louise and Bob Morell and Carol Scheckman, who sponsored our services this week. We have a couple of things coming up. This Sunday, I can't point it out enough to you. I can't push you enough to do it. Come on Sunday at 8 o'clock for 1 hour. And hear Dr. Stephen Windmuller from the very comfort of your living room or wherever your screen is. Dr. Stephen Windmuller, a brilliant and very keen observer of American Judaism, of Israeli Judaism, and he is going to be speaking about Jews and the 2020 election. I promise you he will be incredibly insightful and interesting. For those of you, yes, it is coming up on High Holy Days, and so if you want to spread a little sweetness around the community, I hope you'll join us in maybe sending a little honey through our Honey for the Heart program through Sisterhood. I'll say thank you to Louise and Bob Morell, who have taken on this project. So we're always happy to receive a little bit of honey, pass it along to somebody else. If you order by, I think, the 22nd of this month, there's no shipping charge, so that's a perfect time. Then, not this coming week, but the next week, I'm going to be doing a special Talmud study. Usually we only do Talmud study on first and third Thursdays. We happen to have a fifth Thursday in the month of July, and that day is Tisha B'Av, the day when we commemorate the destructions of the first and second temple, along with many other tragedies in Jewish history. And I'm going to be doing a special Talmud study about Tisha B'Av. Many of you heard certain explanations for why the temples were destroyed, traditionally why they were destroyed. I'm going to give you a different thought on that. So, hope you'll come and join us. Of course, Torah study, Talmud, any of the other weeks. And for those of you who are enjoying these services, who perhaps aren't part of our congregation, we'd love for you to make a donation in appreciation. You can go to our website, tsnd.org/donate, or just go to tsnd.org and you'll find it. The donate button's right there. We are going to conclude our service with a hope.
בידו הפקירו בי את אישם בהירה והיא רוחי כביעתי אדוני לי ולא יירא והיא רוחי כביעתי אדוני לי ולא יירא.
God, into your hands I entrust my spirit, the time of sleeping and awakening. But if we are to be your creatures, if we are to be your partners in creation, then we cannot trust that you will be there for others. That will be our job. And so we entrust other spirits into our hands. May this week be a week when we find one opportunity to better the world, one opportunity to fix the brokenness in our world, one opportunity to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, to take those who have no one to speak for them and to speak out loud. Even if my spirit leaves, Adonai, I know you are with me. I will not fear.
Biado avkiruhi et ishan behaira behimruki viati Adonai li velo ira behimruki viati Adonai li velo ira.
We join together for Kiddush and Motzi.
Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri agafen. Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratza banu, v'shabbat kodesho, v'ava uv'ratzon, hinchilanu, זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים קיוונו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באחווה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.